Sandis
Ozolins was just on the verge of making it to pro hockey when his beloved Dynamo Riga had their best season in history. In 1989, Dynamo, coached by Vladimir Yurzinov Sr., won silver medals of the USSR Championship. Ozo made his debut for the big club only next season. In 1989, he could only dream of a great career. I remember when we were kids, we would look at the guys from pro team with eyes wide open, says Ozolins. You would look at them and just go, wow, this is Dynamo Riga. We would beg them for sticks and pucks and whatnot. We really cherished these moments. And if one of them would stop and talk to you for a few minutes, that was the greatest day ever. Life is full of irony. Today Sandis Ozolins is a legend in Latvia, and he laces him up to spend some time with young Riga players.
Atvainojos, trener. Jā, auto. 5 lecieni. Pagaid, man šodien bikses krīt nost, tas nevar pārlikt.
Pateicam, ka būs vēl jauns spēlēs, kas grib pārbaudīt sev komandu, viņam bija vajag no sāgas vai no kurienes un tā tālāk.
Jā.
Kāps ārā vai negāp?
Kāps, kad teiks, tad kāps. Es jau mierīgi. Oi, cik jocīgi ir bez formas. Daudzreiz.
When I was still in school, we would go to the gym if we had a surplus of energy. We would compete at everything. Chin-ups, wheels, full-body lifts.
Es vienu iemetu, tas skaitās? Vienu iemetu, tas skaitās, jā? Labi. Как они радостно к этому относятся, как они там хотят что-то сделать, показать, кто там побольше.
I like how they just enjoy themselves out there. I like how they want to score pretty goals and go for a nice move. Some do well, some not so much. But I like being with the kids on the ice. I like how they get in a line to go on a rush with me. It means a lot to them. And I'm happy to be there for them.
Ну, конечно, я получил очень большое удовольствие сегодня. Молодец! To neredzēju. No? Wow! Tā Ika nav piedalījies treniņu sapulcē, nezinu, uz kurien jāskrien.
And I always tell them one thing. If you don't understand something, it's okay to ask. There's nothing wrong with it. Because I would tell them something, and then I would ask, does everybody understand what I'm saying? And everybody would nod in response. And after that, somebody would walk up to me and ask to explain it again. Why didn't you ask me right away? Why do you do this now? And they always say that they were shy or something like that. Others who don't exactly understand what the coach tells them to do are prone to make mistakes on the ice. And then the coach would think that you are either not listening to him just out of spite, or you're an idiot.
Ziniet, kas tāds Vēņas Greckis ir? Jā? Ziniet viņa teicienu? Tevs teicis? No jā. Viņš teica, ka visi metieni, kā bija tur īsti? Visi metieni, kas iet garām vārtiem, 100% jūs negūsiet vārtus. Tātad.
The older I get, the more I practice. I'm very excited to play hockey. I come into the dressing room, see all the guys, and just sort of go, "How you boys doing today? Let's go get sweaty."
Как дела сегодня? Опять идем работать, потеть. Он тоже забил, да. Ты забил? Да, я только что видел. Да. О-хо!
He began his pro career at Dynamo Riga's All-Ring. He made his pro debut in 1990. Soon after that, he was drafted in the second round by the San Jose Sharks. That's where Ozo began and finished his North American career. When I talk to the guys, I don't try to sound like I know everything, and you'd better listen to me or else. No, I just share my experience with them. I was 22 years old once too. I also thought that I was the coolest guy on earth. I know exactly how you feel. And then I just changed. So my advice to you is not to follow the same path I did if you can get there faster. I just tell them my stories. They all have the same question. Who does this coach think he is? Why is he constantly unhappy with me? Why does he always tell me what to do? Well, maybe because you make the same mistake over and over again. So maybe you should just figure out what you're doing wrong and work on it. I'm not their coach, I can't tell them exactly what to do, but I can make them stop and think. I mean, I've done the same mistakes they do. Sometimes because I wanted to get a point, or maybe I got scared of something, or I was being lazy, or I was tired. And that's what I tell them. I've done every single mistake all players do. Back in the day, Sandis Ozolins was the most well-paid Latvian athlete in history. He's often referred to as an ideal offensive defenseman and a true leader. I don't know why people keep calling me a true leader. It's just something that stuck with me. Personally, I think I'm just part of the team. I'm as responsible for the result as any other guy on the team. Except maybe because of my age and my experience, sometimes coaches can turn a blind eye to some of my mistakes. It doesn't mean that I don't see and know about them. I do, and I'm first to admit them. Younger guys have to listen about their mistakes more than I do, but only because coaches want them to learn what they're supposed and not supposed to do. While when I make a mistake, you don't have to tell me about it. I know what I did, and I'm sorry. Ozo is very open about mistakes he made in his youth. When I was a kid, fighting was just a part of your life. I don't mean we fought every day, but when you had to fight, you had to fight. Maybe you needed to show your strength, or maybe you just needed to win an argument over something. That's just the way it was. When he was about 18 years old, he had a few problems. He was even kicked out from Dynamo school, says coach Gins Bisetics. So he played for a semi-amateur team. They were always short on players. They would come to games and sometimes they would have just 5 defensemen, so Ozolins would play on defense. Some other times they would be short on forwards and Ozolins would play up front. I think as you get older, you perceive and understand the game differently than when you were young. You just don't treat it the same way. It means something different to you. When you're young, you're a hothead. As you get older, it fades away. You appreciate different things comparing to what you used to appreciate when you were 27. That is the biggest difference for me. You just look at hockey differently. And I don't know exactly why, but you like the game even more when you're older. And you play better too. I can feel it.
Блин, микрофон и штаны тянут вниз. Kāds rezultāts? Nav kārtībā. Kas ieritīs? Tu? Labi. Tas ir galvenais. Galvenais ir cenšies.
As the saying goes, you make no mistakes only if you don't do anything. You become a great man when you learn how to take something positive from your mistakes. In 2007-2008, Sandis played 39 games for the Sharks, scored 3 goals and added 13 assists to that. After that, he decided to retire.
После чего он принял решение завершить карьеру.
There was a time I knew I couldn't play hockey anymore. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was playing for the Sharks. I'm staying on the blue line and the puck is coming right at me. And I didn't know what to do with it. I could feel panic brewing up inside me. I was afraid of that puck. And that's when I understood that it's really, really bad. I've always had fun playing hockey. I was never afraid of anything. Even when I made mistakes, I knew I would do better next time. But at that moment, I didn't have this confidence. And it was a really bad sign. And of course the puck went over my stick, and they scored a goal on us because of that. It was bad. I had to do something about it. After that, I didn't play hockey for an entire year. I didn't even know where my equipment was. I was lucky that I was still invited to play for Dynamo Riga after that. Once again, I felt that I wanted to play hockey, and once again, I was having fun. After last season, Ozolins retired again. This time it looks like he retired for good. But who knows, maybe in another year he will come back again. After all, this job makes him happy. Sometimes you feel tired, or you hurt, or you just don't feel like playing. All of it is just another part of being in hockey. Of course, winning is the best part. This season we had a great song we put on every time we won. I know some lyrics, but very little, and it doesn't matter. I'm just having fun.